So you're probably not attending an Ivy League school right now. And that begs the question, are you at a disadvantage? And there are two answers. In the short term, yes, of course, you're at a disadvantage. Obviously, if you were to go somewhere like MIT or Harvard or any of the top name schools, as they have more skilled professors, better researchers, more money to spend on research. But let's say that's not the case. Let's say you attend, let's say, a local state school that you decided to go to save money. And I'm here to tell you that you are, in the long term, at a huge advantage. Now hear me out. Before I explain to you exactly why you're at a big advantage, let me tell you a quick story of how I came to be. So I graduated from a normal suburban high school, and then I went and I attended University of Buffalo. That's why I'm wearing my Bills gloves. And the University of Buffalo is a state school here in New York. It's a good school, but it's definitely no big deal. Nothing is handed to you. You're kind of on your own. It's a really big jungle. And if you have no idea what you're doing, you can get crushed easily. And oh man, my first 2 years in there were like a huge struggle because I had no idea what I was doing and I was just going around panicking. I needed to get an internship. I knew that in engineering, in order to get a really good job, you probably need an internship. But there's a huge problem, is that in my classes, nobody talked about internships. And we did not have like people who matched you with internships like I would hear about in some of the rich schools. So guess what? I had no option but to double down on myself and go attend events and go try to meet people and try to network and try to go make a LinkedIn profile and go do all these things on my own. And it was just this struggle of trying to figure everything out. What I did not realize at the time is, even though that really sucked going through that hustle, what I was actually doing is I was building some really good long-term skills. I was building really good skills. How to set a plan and how to take a course of action, how to go ask people for help. Basically, being placed in this hard environment where you had to work a lot harder to just get an internship, in the long term, that ended up being amazing for me. And I went on, I got a really nice internship, and then afterwards I interned at NASA twice, and then I went and I applied for a PhD program. And these things are really just byproduct of, again, not having everything handed to you. It is the hardship and the lack that forced me to go to get the skills necessary to just go and get an internship, which sounds so simple, but it was like a 2-year struggle. And now I have those skills for life, and those skills made me who I am, and now I can spot opportunities and jump on them much faster because I cultivated those skills. Now, to put things in perspective, this is why when you see rich people kind of raise their kids in a way where they just give them everything they wanted and never really place them in a hardship, they grow up and they crack under the very first challenge because they were not conditioned to go through the hardship. And likewise, if you go to a school where every internship is handed to you, everything is good, yes, you're going to be at a huge advantage in the short term. Like, you're going to be very good in your early 20s, like once you get a nice job at Facebook or whatever. But then comes like your mid 20s or 30s, you probably had no idea what it is that you were doing. And again, this is just a probabilistic estimate, but the key idea from this video is, if you are attending a school in which you're not very happy with, or you're constantly thinking of, oh, these people have it so much better at the other school, the only thing that's in your hand really is to approach your current situation with the mindset of, no, this is actually fun. I have more challenges than other people, which is only going to help me in the long term. That is really the only way you can think about it. And that's the way I thought about it. It's an amazing state of mind, and it pays off. It requires a bit of faith and a lot of hard work, but you'll be really glad at the decision you make. And obviously, not to mention all the money you save. Peace, love, bills.